Yeah. 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 Oh, we forgot to push record.
Oh, no.
Sorry, we'll go over it. Just verbally.
Got it. Yeah. Oh, there's more chat. Hold on.
So, yeah, not too many ingredients. Like I said, just the almonds,
Mhm.
pine nuts, almond paste, egg whites, sugar,
Mhm.
flour.
Yeah.
But it's the
Tricia,
Yeah.
this is Tammy. I came in a little bit late. The almonds, did you find them without the skins on, or did you take the skins off? Did I miss that?
no, they come skins off, like especially if you get a slivered
Sliver.
almond.
This is just a store brand. It's not even anything big special, you know? Yeah. 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 Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
They're just white, you know, slivered almonds. They already have the skins off.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, so that wasn't even like a specialty item. It was just a store brand.
And I'm glad to find a big bag like that.
This is a, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice
that was
size bag,
nice
very
size.
nice size bag.
And then the pine nuts, usually I find them in these little bags. These are a half cup, so you need 2 of these. They're just diamond nuts. You can usually find them in the store, any grocery store. But these were special ones. You got these from,
I got them at one of the bulk food stores.
but that was nice. And these are good. I tasted them. I always taste them. Like I said, the first, when I had those rancid pine nuts, I thought, oh my gosh, that would have been a disaster.
Anyone besides Tammy and George that are baking along?
We are.
You are out, good.
Oh, yeah.
Is that?
We've got a batch in the oven.
Florida.
Oh, yeah, you told me about him. That's great.
Yep.
Don't forget, you said you're up for the lentil soup next year.
I'll do the lentils. Yeah, you'll love it.
No, I know, I've had it.
Yeah, yeah. Sure, I'd be happy to do that.
Good recipes from the Little Italy.
I
They taught
did
you
make
these?
biscotti, but honestly, I think Brandy's recipe's better because when I would make them, when I would cut them, they would always crumble. And I made Brandy's recipe, and I think it's a better recipe. I made stuffed cookies. This is good for all you that grow your figs. Dates, figs, walnuts, raisin. And then you make a dough for that. That was another one I made. That was the biscotti. Easter egg ones we made, but I do have another recipe that's really good. My grandmother, for Christmas, she used to come, she lived in Scripps. She would bring Italian cookies every
The 15-minute timer, so.
Yeah, they still look a little light.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry, that was.
oh, yeah,
Sorry.
do 20 minutes. But anyways, she would bring these anisette cookies, which were awesome. And they had a little bit of a sugar glaze on them, and then like sprinkles or whatever. And sometimes they put food coloring in them. They might be red or green. But I found a recipe, and honestly, it was just on all recipes because I was like, oh, I was dying for them. And it's a pretty good one, and it's somebody's authentic recipe. I make those too. Those are very good. So I made some at the Christmas party, so you can see how you like those. So I'm done with my my second tray already, and
Although you got.
and I still have some leftover dough, so it might be maybe a half tray. And we have about 7 minutes left on the first batch that's currently in the oven at 350. Like I said, I cooked them, I baked them for about 20 minutes. I found that's good for me, but really anywhere from 15 to 20.
And how many is this making? 2 dozen, 4 dozen.
4 dozen, 48, but like I said, I get 51, but
Well, there's
I
definitely
eat
more
the
here.
extra.
There's definitely a
for Brian,
few
it's
more there.
extra. So,
Yeah.
because you gotta taste them and make sure they're okay.
Absolutely.
They're good warm.
I'm trying to think of all the tips. Always
That
have
sounds
to-
really good.
Yeah, and you always make sure that they're
Yes.
fresh.
Because then you can return them if they're rancid like I, did. So
Right.
thank God they gave me back my money.
But use the brick when you're.
Oh, yeah, use
Use the
the
brick.
almond paste. This used to come in a can. I've only seen it in the box. Do not use marzipan and do not use tube. This is better. And honestly, I think there's another brand, Odense, but this is what I see currently in the stores, just Giant or Weiss.
And always drink a glass of wine while you're baking your cookies.
I usually do, but I,
Just one?
yes. It's a kind of reward for myself because I'm baking or
Well-
even I'm cooking.
It definitely makes sure
Just
Italian
happen.
cookies taste better.
That's
when you're
right.
drinking a
That's
glass
right.
of
Takes
wine.
the edge
And we
off.
should say these, since these are Sicilian cookies,
Yeah.
Yes, oh, yeah.
they pair very well with Sicilian wine.
Yeah.
The Nero d'Avola.
That's right. I did buy, I purposely bought Sicilian wine. So it'd go together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, I just realized in the cookbook that we did a few years ago, there's 2 Pignoli recipes in there.
Wow.
Do they call for pulverized almonds? I'm just curious, because that's what I found was
Oh,
the major difference.
well, let's see, almond, no, both call for almond paste.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again,
One is-
I know, hopefully you caught at the beginning. I know there was a little bit of technology difficulties, but I use a blender for pulverizing the almonds. You can use a food processor, but
You
that's
could
what I
use,
do.
you could use a NutriBullet too, because that's what
Oh,
I use.
NutriBullet also.
Yeah.
So,
I have a question about how finely you pulverize the almonds. Is it just coarse or is it very fine?
it's pretty fine.
Yeah.
I think
Like
it's
on my
pretty fine.
KitchenAid, I probably have it up to like 4 or 6, and I do that first. And then, oh, here it is.
I think
Here it
it's
is.
I think it's very,
Pretty fine.
pretty fine. I really think so. I mean, you can feel that it has texture, you know?
And
but-
maybe that would help also with maybe thickening it, because I feel like I did my cookies the other night in a big hurry, and it
Yeah.
looked like my almonds were kind of coarse in there, so maybe that made it kind of flatten out a little bit. So pretty fine.
Oh,
We're
I didn't realize we didn't get a good
Up
shot
close.
of the.
The almond
Here we go.
pulverized.
Right. So it's kind of, it's very
Is it like a flour almost, or?
like,
Quite a minute, does clump a little
it
bit.
almost
This
feels
is
like,
extra.
when you,
Cornmeal?
like when
or
you do
something?
cornmeal, kind of
Oh,
feels like
okay.
that. So it's sort of powdery, but not really.
There's a
There you
little
go.
moisture or oil. so-
Yeah.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Yes. Yeah.
Very exciting.
So yeah, I would say you pulverize it pretty good.
Yeah, I
think
do.
so.
Like I said,
Yeah.
on my KitchenAid here, I probably do it up to like 4 or 6 and, like a minute or 2.
Mhm.
You can kind of see them just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So,
Yeah. Okay.
pretty pulverized.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's just the.
And yeah, my other tips again, while we're waiting these last few
Yep.
minutes,
Mhm.
the egg white
The egg white
separator. This is key. This is key. Because sometimes I break the yolk. Oh, I made Jan laugh. Anyway, so that's why I did I separated my egg whites before on camera, just in case there was a disaster. This is the other thing that also, this is
Yeah.
This has changed my life in a big way.
Yeah.
I use this for cookies. Look how clean my hand is.
Yes.
I can't stand the feeling of sticky.
Well, they are very sticky. I mean, just from a little bit I was
Yeah.
trying to scrape and whatever. It's very tacky. So
And you're gonna
yeah.
have a nice uniform cookie. In
Mhm.
fact, my mother, Mary Vita,
mhm.
remarked, she says, oh, she's like, whatever you're doing,
They're all uniform. That's
Yeah.
what my
you're
aunt
doing
used
it
to
the
say.
right way. She
They're
said
all
they're
uniform,
nice,
so they're all-
rounded.
Yeah.
They're all the same
Mhm.
size. It's the right size.
Mhm.
It's 1 tablespoon.
Yeah.
I also use these for meatballs when I make meatballs, which isn't that often. I do make a turkey meatballs. But this
But that's
is,
another show. That's another show.
but this is key. This will change.
Okay,
So,
very good. Excellent. So
we're down to a minute.
we're down to a minute. Okay. All righty.
Yep, and I expect big things from my niece Lydia here. She's been helping.
10 minutes.
She's taking notes and she's
Yeah.
not a big sweet eater, but she did really like these cookies and so did your sisters. And I was thrilled.
So yeah, take them out of the oven. What are we doing? Are we putting
Give them a plate.
I
Give me a try.
them on the tray? What are you doing?
several, you know what? I do have a rack, but honestly, I think I'm just maybe. But
Yeah,
I
like
just,
where you, what do you do?
I just
Cool
put them
or
on the
whatever.
top of my oven, honestly, for 10 minutes
Uh-huh.
or so. And then I
Okay.
scoop them out in my container where I'm
200 degree,
down to Brian to try.
350-degree oven.
Okay.
And I
Yeah,
kind of look at the bottoms to make sure
Yeah.
that they look good.
Yeah, because some cookies you have to let them rest,
Yeah.
or like maybe chocolate chips where you don't let them rest at all, and you just eat them right
Yeah.
off the hot.
Yeah. They're still warm by the time I eat one.
Okay.
So,
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, very, very good.
Yep.
Great. You got your,
Oh, Mitt,
your,
let's-
yep,
you
you're
know, I'm
ready
gonna
to
wash
pull
my
out the
hands
hot.
real quick.
Yep.
I see the Williamsons are eating their cookies.
How are they?
Delicious.
Ah, man, great.
Just came out of the oven.
Oh, no.
Great.
Oh, they are good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Teresa, can you give us a little preview on the January session? On the,
Scotcha. Scotcha
Scotcha.
is
Okay,
is
that's,
spelled SCACCE.
hold on,
And
hold that thought, Teresa. Hang on one second.
sure.
we're looking at the finished product
We're looking
here.
at the finished, hold
Looks
on.
like the pine nuts are
Okay.
a little bit, toasty, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Wow.
And they look like,
Perfect.
I'm always like, oh, they look so white on top. And I noticed that they did stay mounded like I was hoping they would, so that's good.
So they're a little rounded and the.
Yeah, not
the
so
cookie-
flat.
The cookie itself kind of looks a little whitish, but you can tell the pine nuts are a
They're
little.
done.
Yeah, they're done, and I'll try
A
to,
little bit brown, a little toasted. Yeah.
like, you look at
So we got it? I think I got it. Yep.
like that one, you can see a little
Uh-huh.
brown. But they're done.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
done. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna put in the other tray.
I just
Okay,
let
you're
it
just gonna
cool
let it
there.
cool there.
I
Okay,
do have a cookie wrap,
Perfect.
but
perfect. And those are ready to just pop right
ready to
in.
pop in.
Yep. Okay.
Teresa, again,
Okay, I'm sorry.
give us
Teresa.
a quick preview.
No, not a problem. So I grew up with this. My mother made this scotcha, and I always asked her, how do you spell it? Because I wanted to look it up, and she never knew how it was spelled. So I finally found out when we were in Sicily 5 years ago, and I opened up a cookbook and I found it. So it's spelled SCACCE, and essentially what it is I make my own dough, but my mother just used a frozen bread dough thawed out, and she would roll it out, as big as she could, and layered it with chopped up tomatoes and a ton of parsley and drizzle of olive oil, a little salt and pepper, and folded it in threes and baked it. And you can't imagine what cooked parsley in itself tastes like, but it's actually pretty good. Yeah, surprisingly. I can remember Because I never liked tomatoes as a kid, but I can remember eating it for the first time and being surprised.
Sounds good. Looking forward to that. We'll set up a date for January, probably mid-January. If that
I
works.
think we did agree on the 13th. Is that
13th, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you'll send me the recipe, I'll send it out with the notice for the cook-along crew.
Certainly.
Okay.
Are you going to include me, Bernie?
Pardon me?
You're on mute.
Or Mike, are you going to include me?
Sure.
Maybe I should
Anybody who
join,
wants to.
Why not?
maybe I should join the lodge, even though I live in Florida.
Are you Italian?
Last time I checked on Ancestry, I'm down to 87%. I was at 100% for a while. I'm down to 87%, so it's becoming debatable. I'm not sure.
Al's
funny.
family comes from a town in Lazio province in Italy, Aquafondata, which I visited with him. And when you pull into the town, there's a big monument. It's the Zambonia capital of the world, correct?
Yes, that's right. Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We all have to go there in August when they have their festival.
Let's go.
It's way up in the hills, though.
If you don't
Way
know
up.
what a Zambonia is, it's basically Italian bagpipe.
It's an Italian bagpipe. Yeah. Right. And we visited your families.
We did. Borgiano
San
and San Biagio. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we love it up there.
He loves Sicily. He's not Sicilian, but he loves Sicily.
I would live there.
Oh, yeah. We've had some.
A little more comfortable about medical care. I would live there. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been.
It sounds like you
Agree.
planned a comedy show for us, just about your adventures.
We've done a few.
I think that would be a good show. Yeah, that would be a good show. Yeah.
All right, my
Okay.
lovely assistant Lydia is going to show me the bottom of the cookie. And it's only been a few minutes, but I also use parchment paper on my cookie sheets. It's just easier to clean up. I don't have to spray the pan or anything. I find that's easier, but it's come off pretty easy. And you can see the bottom of the cookie. Should be golden brown.
These are amazing.
They're good.
They're going to be gone.
Okay.
Them all.
Good. Okay. Great.
With his brother
Um,
Luigi and his cousin.
I have to
Tammy,
say, these
thank you for
cookies are
picking
really
it up.
delicious.
They used to travel around.
I wonder if they're too hot to eat, if I'm gonna burn myself.
And they'd wander.
These are delicious. We really are enjoying them. We took them right out of the oven and started eating them, and they're great.
Yeah, this is only a few minutes out and they're ready to eat if anyone wants a fresh one.
This is
Yeah.
really-
Lydia?
Okay, I already was snacking on them.
Oh, apparently they've been eating the last batch. And like I
The
said,
rejects.
I want to
Yeah.
do the
Plus the
regions.
salami, the cheese, the olives, the wine.
I'll show you how they came out. This was a batch I made 2 days ago. And like I said, I don't know if it was just warm in my kitchen or what, but they did flatten out. But I'm telling you, they are just as delicious as these.
You gotta get some.
You
This
gotta.
is good. This is good, if not better than salami.
They're just a little more flat, but they still taste great. So whichever way you prefer. But I just, I did was use a brown egg. So I made white eggs today, as I normally do. And I did put the nuts in the refrigerator today for several hours, just hoping that it would be, the little bit of coldness would keep together, and it looks like it did, so. Okay.
I mean, it really is.
So does somebody else have their cookies?
Yeah, I have mine done.
How are they, George?
They're a little flatter than Tricia's. They taste good though, but don't use the filling. We're gonna get the paste and try to paste. We use the filling. I added more flour and
Filling,
they
okay.
came out flatter.
Yeah.
Keep that stage hand from walking around behind you. Keep the stage hand from walking around.
The stage hand one.
I'm glad they turned out well.
Hey, guys, I
Tricia?
wanted to say something to y'all. Teresa reminded me I had grabbed a bag of Pignoli nuts from Sam's Club.
Mhm.
And I believe it was 18 ounces for $19.99.
I don't have the bag anymore, but that was the price.
Well, yeah, it should tell you how much they were a pound.
22 a pound.
These are $22
About the same.
a pound. Is that about the same? About the
No, I
same?
thought they were at 18.
You got 18 ounces.
So it'd be a little bit, just a little bit less.
Yeah. They're
That's a good
expensive.
deal.
So just in case anyone's not able to find them, I'm happy to pick them up for anyone.
Where did you say you got them?
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club.
Oh, yes,
Mhm.
I have heard that, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
Costco or Sam's Club. Unfortunately, I do not belong, but maybe we ought to.
Well, I do if you ever need any.
Yeah, they're pretty
That's a
expensive.
good deal, 18 ounces.
Hey, Tricia,
Mhm.
before you started using your little device to make the cookie balls, did you ever try wetting your hands to roll them?
Yes. Yeah.
Too much, still too
It
sticky?
helped. Yeah, it helped a little bit, but it was still pretty sticky.
Okay,
And I was guilty of adding a lot more flour, just because I couldn't stand the stickiness, and I probably added too much flour, so it probably changed. It probably was less of a macaroon, you know, type consistency. It was a little more, I don't know, floury or not as moist.
Mhm.
So I probably, they were still delicious, but I was adding way more flour. Like I probably added, you know, 3/4 of a cup, I don't know, a lot. So once I got the melon baller, my new best friend, I just went back to using a lot less. Their recipe called for 4 tablespoons of flour, but I put 6 in there. I kind of like that dough consistency. So that was the one change I did make. I add a little more flour.
I haven't made them yet, but I will this year.
Great. You can make them for Pumpkin Fest too.
We gather up our pine nuts.
Oh, and this is my lovely dog Daisy, my other lovely assistant. She's been so good today. We had a roof put on, and so they were banging away all day, and she was just good. I touched the dog. That is our little girl Daisy.
Gotta wind down here. I'd like to thank everybody for attending and hopefully you enjoyed it. I know you're enjoying the cookies. I want to remind everybody, if you have a dish that you would like to prepare, you have a signature dish, we welcome your suggestions and your offer of preparation. And if you have a dish that you would like someone else possibly to make that you're not comfortable making, let us know what it is. And hopefully we can find some of our members that will cook it up on another Zoom session.
Yeah.
So again, thank you very much for attending. We look forward to the next one.
Thank you,
Thank
you.
you.
everybody.
Thanks, Tricia.
Great, thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Bernie.
Grazie, Bernardo. Mille grazie.
Oh,
Until.
prego, prego. Buonasera. Buonasera.
Ciao, ciao.
Sarah.